banger for you guys today. If you watch it on YouTube, you see the drip, you see the clothes, man. Look, out here, repping the gang, no matter what, however you feel about what happened, man. As far as what happened, if you're not watching on YouTube and you don't know what I'm talking about, obviously you've seen those Wolverines go out there and get the national championship, man. This was a college show through and through. It started as an NFL show. It turned into a majority of a college show, and this is not the ending I ever seen to come through, man. And whether it came down to the Milroe fumble or the Penix Jr. interceptions, you look back at the season and, at least all I can say is my guy had a shot. Penix Jr., we've been scoping for him since Indiana days. You hope it's your favorite team who has the shot at the end of the day, you know? But when you got to win a conference championship and a 14 playoff, things happen. But when you go in there and you quite literally were the best, almost the best looking team, you know, I would say, and you lose to a team that just runs and runs and runs, man, it hurts. But
yeah, that's probably one sentence that would sum up the feeling, obviously, as an Ohio State fan. Sitting here with all this drip on, knowing my team watched the rival win a national championship. I was born in '99, so I didn't see the one in '97. So I was one of the lucky Ohio State fans that never saw Michigan glory type shit. Like now, I've seen Michigan be good and get to the big game. So now it's kind of like, damn, you feel that horrible taste in your mouth when the rival does good. I feel like Auburn. You feel me? Like you never want to see the rival get a championship, and it's like you see them bask in the glory. It's just tough. But as a fan of college football, I feel like Michigan's consistency and what they are, just as a team running the football, I feel like it just really, that's what won them the national championship. No team was really able to get them down by 2 scores. They just were in every single game, and sometimes, bro, it takes a little bit of luck, and the ball bounces your way, and you're in the national championship game, and you got a chance to dominate an inferior opponent at what you do as a strength. So I was cheering for Michael Penix. I was cheering for Jalen Milroe. They couldn't get the job done. It's a testament to go, man. If you want a national championship, bro, sometimes you got to beat your rival, and that's the bittersweet thing about sports. Somebody has to lose that rivalry game, and it feels like that championship went through Ann Arbor this year, and we were right there, last possession, 6 points away. Got to be 6 points better next year. Might be tasting the same taste in our mouth.
just not a way to end an NCAA season, man. Would have wanted to see a Georgia three-peat for all this.
Man, it was a weird. I don't want to say weird season, but this was one of the Michael Penix being how old he is. You feel me? Jaden Daniels going crazy, but losing as many games as he did. He ended up winning the Heisman over Michael Penix, who a lot of people felt like should have got it. You feel me? There wasn't really a big, huge upset this year. Like Texas over Alabama was really the only like crazy upset. There wasn't like a Marshall over A&M or a, Oregon fall into a Washington State or anything. Like everybody beat who they were supposed to beat. So you feel me? Like you said, bro, when there's only 4 spots and you got to be a conference champion to get in, there's going to be at least one team that's sitting there, hey, maybe we had a chance to get in. There was a lot of teams on the outside looking in this year that probably had more of a case than any other year during the college football era or playoff era. So I say dope season, crazy season. I'm almost glad it's over now. Like obviously, as knowing Michigan was in the playoff and Ohio State wasn't, I couldn't wait to get that shit over with. Get to the off season, get to this next new chapter of college football. Let them be champions. Let them have their glory. Blah 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 blah. All fun and games. Y'all earned it. Let the rivals have their fun. Let's get back into what we do as Ohio State University. Let's put the V back on our name because people trying to act like we lost it or something. So that's how I'm feeling right now, man.
Yeah, man. So one last, you know what I'm saying, round of applause. But anyways, man, so look, as far as, you know, things have been rolling, the NFL,
Playoffs.
we're we're heating
Playoffs.
up.
We gonna win a game.
uh
Playoffs.
man, it's funny because now we look back, predictions of playoffs,
Hmm.
Cowboys gone, Dolphins gone. I'm sitting here like, oh, the Niners don't win. I was never right about anything. So,
Uh,
and with Lamar heating up,
hmm.
Eagles getting knocked out, and what do I want to say? Lions looking like the likely underdog of the whole thing. I wonder how to start the conversation. Maybe just asking the question: where is the biggest game this weekend? I don't even want to really recap. I want to talk about some of the games last week, but where is the biggest game out of the 4 games this weekend at? Is it the Buffalo Bills game versus the Chiefs? You know, or is it what is it? My bad. I'm over here blanking out. What do we got? We got the Texans and the Ravens. You know, you got rookie CJ going up against Lamar. Or what else we got? Out in the NFC, obviously you got Tampa Bay, the unlikely foe, going up against the Detroit Lions, and then Green Bay Packers, probably the hottest team so far. Everybody's loving the Pack show against the Niners. You know, they loved them against the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, McCarthy, they go in there and they do what they do. But I'll give you a second to answer the question. So,
uh, I will say about that Packers and, or I'm sorry, about the Buccaneers and Niners game. Or I'm sorry, is the Packers and Niners or Oh yeah, sorry, it's Packers and Niners. I'm tripping. Packers and Niners game. You feel me? A lot of people think just because the Packers just beat the shit out of the Cowboys that you feel me, we got a really good chance against the Niners. The Niners did beat the hell out the Cowboys in the beginning of the season this year. They got their little ass whooping out there in
mm,
Dallas. So you feel me, Michael Parsons made the little podcast episode and all that, blah blah blah. But to answer the question, I feel like the biggest game, bro, it has to be Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes. What is this? I don't know if this is the trilogy or the quadruple one. Like, is this the fourth matchup?
might be the fifth.
It's
Yeah,
bruh,
just
like
play.
each one has been blockbuster. I know. I'm hoping we get another game where it's both of them, two quarterbacks showing how good they are, and it's not an ugly, sloppy punt for punt fest. You feel me? Turnover fest. I just hope we don't get no like watching commercials for so long because these quarterbacks just can't get it together and they're just trading the
Mm,
ball back and forth, blah, 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 low scoring game. I really hope we don't get that. I hope we get another fun Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, back and forth, up and down the field. That's how I'm feeling it's going to be. So I I can't wait to watch if CJ can take down Lamar. I feel like this is where the train for some of these teams that people want to be Cinderella stories that they might be ending this week for a lot of them. But you never know. That's the crazy part. Anything can happen within them 60 minutes on any given Sunday. So let's get into it, bro. Let's get it because last week was crazy already, too.
no doubt. I mean, first game, I don't know. It was the Browns and the Texans that really just had me just. And I don't know if it was really just because I wanted the Browns to win. I wasn't not expecting CJ to go out there and play good or anything like that, but it's just Flacco went out there, just played so bad. Texans played perfect damn near. And I wouldn't even say Flacco played bad. He just 307, a touchdown, but he threw 2 interceptions. I mean, you're not going to win a
Pick
playoff game
sixes.
doing that. Pick sixes. Not to mention Davis Mills was in the game. Like they sat CJ towards the end. That's how bad it got. I don't
Halfway
know,
through the
man. And
third.
and obviously when your number one receiver is David Njoku out there, you're not going to be able to There was a Brevin Jordan play out there where he just cut up. It was his one reception for 76 yards. It was a touchdown.
Could have bet it
Go,
all.
go ahead then, Brev. Hey. It's one of those things where for the Browns, I'm not upset because this is almost expectant of this, but like it was expectant of the Browns. But this was the year that you could have broke the cycle. Obviously, how far do you really expect Flacco to go? Maybe it's just not. It wasn't his year. He was able to ride it
Mm,
high for a little bit. Maybe this was his sunset moment. Never lost a playoff game until now, or a wild card game until now. So
yeah, I mean, I watched this game. Obviously, I've watched CJ all year. I kind of third week of the season, I kind of seen the flashes of this, but I kind of thought it would be 3-4 years down the line. Like I thought he had a long way to go, especially after that loss against the Falcons. Like there's a lot of mistakes that he made in that game that I just felt he wasn't there yet. Like, over the course of the year, bro, he obviously won enough games, set his team up for that last game against Indy, won. We obviously weren't recording them episodes, but he got the job done. Everybody kind of thought, okay, this Texans run is about to end against the Browns, who've been playing. The Browns played good ass football up until this point. That's why I feel so bad for Cleveland fan. Like, obviously, we in Ohio. We know a lot of Browns fans. My granddad is a diehard Browns fan. Basement Browns, everything. Like, I was watching the game with him, bro. I felt bad just because how good the Browns looked and how promising it kind of felt. Like, hey, man, we don't got our quarterback. We don't got Nick Chubb, but they look damn good them last few weeks. We got the Texans. We got the matchup we want, the rookie quarterback. We got the good-ass defense. It's going to be a rough day for him. From the gate, bro, CJ came out throwing the ball. I knew he was going to come out slinging it, but I just was not expecting how aggressive the Texans were being against that defense. Like, it was a deep shot every other play. And that's when the Texans are the most dangerous. But when CJ just has time to sit in that pocket and survey the field and make them deep-ass passes downfield, bro, it's heartbreaking to a defense. Like that shit gets to you, and then when your quarterback gets back on the field, Flacco, he's not in the position to throw with a young quarterback today, bro. Like it's, you feel me? He's gonna keep your team in front as long as the game script goes right. He's gonna manage the game. I'm not calling him a game manager, but he's gonna do everything right until you need him to really sling the ball down the field. And obviously, the Texans got a little bit of pressure. He kind
mm-hmm.
of let two balls go that I felt were unwarranted for a quarterback of his age and his experience, but obviously he let them go. They got picked, returned to the crib. To me, that was the absolute moment where it was over with and lost. Like they took CJ out halfway through the third quarter. I'm pretty sure Dalton Schultz didn't run another route for the rest of the damn game. My bet is over. He had 3 yards away from getting me my money. So that was probably my favorite game over the weekend. Like I'm glad CJ won. I did feel terrible for the Browns fans though, bro, because the Browns did play good ass football, and that defense, man, it just feels like these past 3-4 years that defense has been fucking good. And for some reason, bro, it's offensively we get to this point, we're late in the season or be in the playoffs, we just kind of fall apart and can't get that job done, bro. And it's like how much longer does this defense have before these names start leaving and these players start looking for new opportunities in other places? Because
Mm-hmm.
Owasu Koromoru, Miles Garrett, like obviously, but you got some names on that Denzel Ward, you got names on that defense that's gonna be there for a while, but just those other pieces around it, like how long are we gonna be able to keep this together before we miss out on it? So, but the Browns gotta. I feel like they gotta go for it all next year, bro. Like get Deshaun back, get Nick Chubb back, hopefully healthy, ready to go, make that real run. Like this kind of hurts, like knowing you took Deshaun Watson from the Texans. Baker Mayfield's on the Buccaneers now, just won a playoff game. Obviously, you still sitting here searching for that first playoff game since that trade. So, got to figure it out, Brownie.
You're not lying, man. You're not lying. It sucks. Basically, the Browns could have had at least two of those draft picks. They don't even have to be the same people. Browns are receiver deficient. They need a new O line. Texans got a new coach. A lot of new coaches do their thing that first year. It's tough. Stefanski, he got out coached as well. I mean, two pick sixes or whatever. I mean, it is what it is, but
That's
Gotta be
true.
better, coach.
That's flat out fact. I mean, it just sucks, bro. Because just imagine if it's only Deshaun Watson, bro, and just you keep Nick Chubb this whole year. Joe Flacco comes in, handing the ball to Nick Chubb this whole game. Like, I really don't think the Texans can do anything with the Browns if Nick Chubb's running the ball, bro. Like, especially with the run defense they have. Obviously, you don't got Nick Chubb back there. The run game gets stuffed up a little bit. You get them 3rd and 6s. The Texans generate pressure, and then boom, then pick sixes happen, bro. Like, it was over once the fat lady. It was over before the fat lady started singing in that one. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
It hurts, bro, but I feel like Cleveland can bounce back. I really think next year can be that year. A lot of people kind of treating it like, oh man, we'll never get there. The curse is still going. But it's like, y'all good, but be faithful. Don't give up. Don't give up on Stefanski yet. Don't try to blow nothing up. Don't think Deshaun ain't the guy yet. Like, it's gonna come. Promise. Hopefully, it came for Joe Burrow.
Yeah, man. Moving forward though, gotta talk about them Dolphins and them Chiefs. This game. Oh man. When I look at this game, even it was so cold. Tua still threw the ball 39 times. But it was bad out there. Couldn't really get nothing going. Heem couldn't get nothing going on the ground. Tyreek Hill only really had 62 yards through the air, but for the Chiefs, it looked like they were at home. Literally and shit. Just it must have been a warm day for the Chiefs out there, like you said, man. 262 yards through the air for Pat, 1 tug. Pacheco, 24 carries, 89 yards. Even Mahomes was out there cutting up a little bit. Rashid Rice, though, 8 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Even Kelsey was getting involved. Those are the 2 guys. There's only 3 people that had over 2 catches in that game for the Chiefs. While Tua was technically throwing it around to everybody, but just couldn't really get it going anywhere.
I mean, a lot of that came late, bro. Like, once they were kind of down by too much and they had to start throwing the ball. Like, I mean, Tua, I don't know what's going on with him, but he opened the game with it was obviously coldest. All right, y'all, look, coldest game ever. Like, everybody knew that. The Dolphins were 0-10 under 40 degrees in like the last however many years it's been since they've started that streak.
Mm-hmm.
I to know that and not, I don't know, like the Chiefs came out so on fire, bro. Like you could kind of see just the way they were moving, the way they were running them first couple of plays. Like they didn't score on their first drive, but you could just tell the way they ran the ball, and they weren't scared of the contact in the cold. Like they were jumping up, the crowd was lit, so they were flexing on everybody and everything. And the Dolphins just kind of looked a little bit frigid, like timid, like it's cold out here, moving around funny, stiff. So Tua's first possession, 3rd and like 5 on their like 40-yard line, he threw a pick. It wasn't necessarily a disastrous pick, but it was just kind of like momentum shifting. Like, oh my God, we just threw a pick. We could have punted that away and probably got better field position. Pat Mahomes ended up getting 7 points off of that. They ended up going up 10-0. 10-7. The Dolphins tied it up. They had a chance, bro. It was a 4th and 4. Pat Mahomes had a chance to get off the field. Like this, it happens to me in Madden every time I play Pat Mahomes, but I have a chance to get him off the field, like 3rd and 4, 4th and 2, something stupid like that. He ends up scrambling out the pocket on me, gets the damn first down, ends up and goes and scores a touchdown. So it's so demoralizing because you're sitting there like, now you know you got to play Pat Mahomes. You're down 2 possessions now. They didn't even score the touchdown, Ken. Defense held them to a field goal. Next possession. The Dolphins get a 3rd and 2. They throw a screen pass. They get a 4th and 2. They throw a screen pass. I'm sorry, they throw a regular pass and try to get it to Tyreek Hill on a little slant. It was like an RPO type of thing. Neither one of them worked. So now they're off the field. Chiefs come back out and get another field goal. They started the second half with a 3-and-out. The Dolphins did. The Dolphins came out, had the ball first. In a 1-score game, we have the ball first coming out of halftime. All we got to do is go put some points on the board, and this game is ours again. Another 3-and-out. Chiefs get the ball back, get the field goal. Now it's a 2-score game. On 3rd and 14, Miami Dolphins have no momentum at this point in the game. The Chiefs crowd is getting cold and bored, and people are starting to lull themselves to sleep. It's 3rd and 14. The Dolphins need something to go right. For some reason, the team that's been taking shots downfield all year with Tyreek Hill decided to call it a screen pass on 3rd and 14. Got tackled like 2 yards for a loss. Then it was from that moment, bro, like the Chiefs scored the touchdown again, so it made it a damn near 3-score game, and the Dolphins just from there started actually throwing the ball downfield and hitting those middle of the field targets, just intermediate 10, 15 yards down the field, and it's like, why the hell weren't y'all doing this the whole time? So I feel like, bro, the Dolphins had so many opportunities on offense. The defense was locking. You just heard me say how many field goals they forced Pat Mahomes to, bro. Like, if those are all touchdowns, that's this over in the first half. Like, you got to reward your defense and come out there and get at least one of your drives to get a field goal, get another touchdown, just something. Get close to the end zone so you can get just a little bit more time for your defense to rest. And every single opportunity they had, the Dolphins let it slip out of their hands. So I'm tired of seeing Pat Mahomes and Arrowhead winning in these playoff games, bro, but it ain't going to stop until somebody goes in there and takes it from him, bro. Tua was not ready for it. Like, that's all I can take away from this game. Tua was not – he did not get off the bus ready to take it from Pat Mahomes today. And that just flat out is the story of the game to me. Like, sometimes it comes down just kind of simply to that. It's cold out here. It's frigid. The ball hurts when it hits your hand. You get hit. Your hand might hurt. Hey, we playing football, bro. All weather is football weather in the playoffs especially. So Dolphins learned a tough lesson. You don't want to be out there playing in 0-degree weather in another team's stadium. Don't lose that last game against the Bills. You would have had home field advantage.
No doubt. Wild card, super, super duper wild card weekend. Last AFC game, we had the Bills taking on the Steel Curtain. Maybe one of Mike Tomlin's last playoff games as a Steeler head coach. A lot of heartbreak after that game for coach especially. I wouldn't say not because going in you already knew you didn't have a chance, but more because just with the hand he's been dealt after the Big Ben situation, Najee Harris not really working out. You know, as an organization, I don't really feel like it was probably his call to draft Kenny Pickett, but they wanted him. So now you got a quarterback you don't really want. Maybe the guy that you did want around passed away. So, you got, as a coach, you got a lot of emotion going into this game. I mean, it's not that the players aren't playing their hearts out, but you can only go above 500 so much and not want more for yourself. Everybody's going to pat you on the back, but we all know what we play this game for, and it's not for 500 seasons. It's for playoff wins, accolades, Super Bowls, rings. That's a Hall of Fame coach, but everybody wants to have be in a bigger hallway, you know what I mean? Everybody wants their name to be a little bit better. So a bigger legacy score. So
Right.
for the Steelers, emotionally, this game definitely took a lot out of them. But
Sure did.
you got to take a long, hard look in the mirror after this. I mean, we're going into playoff games with Mason Rudolph. Come on now.
But see, all right, I'm going to get to that. But I feel like everybody kind of expected the Bills to come in here and wash them. They got out to a really big lead, 24-7, 24-3, something like that. The Steelers got it back to 24-17. Josh Allen ended up putting another touchdown in the end zone for 30-17. Put the score out of reach in the fourth quarter. I mean, this game kind of just came back down to Josh Allen being him again, like himself, not thinking about shit in the pocket all damn day. Like, he was decisive, he was quick, he was moving around in the pocket. He got active in the running game a little bit. Like, he wasn't, pretty sure he got a rushing touchdown. But anyways, he didn't seem like he was as jittery and as off base as he's been these past like 5-6 weeks. And just the passing game's kind of finally found itself out there in Buffalo. So it's a good game to start the playoffs with. You want to earn that bye week, but the Ravens got it this year. You got home field advantage for this reason. Beat the Steelers, took care of business. Got Josh Allen and some good momentum rolling in. Another good game for this passing game that's been struggling a little bit. Roll in. Another home game against Pat Mahomes. This is it, bro. Like, look healthy right now, playing your best football of the season. Finally got it on track ever since you started off the season 6-6, or whatever it was. You've been 5-1 or whatever it is since then. This is it for Buffalo. They got to take care of the Chiefs this week and get into this AFC Championship game to get a chance to get to the Super Bowl. I thought the window was closed. Y'all remember all my rants, how mad I'd be talking about Josh Allen and the Bills. It's been a ridiculous ride this season, and the fact that they're here, they have to take advantage of it, bro. They can't let this chance slip them by, in my opinion. To say everything about the Mike Tomlin stuff that's going on right now, you said it right at the end. You said the Steelers got to look themselves in the mirror after this. And I hear that 100%. But I feel like, bro, the Steelers front office, whether you want to include Mike Tomlin in that too, because he does make a lot of decisions and does have a for this defense not been right for whatever reason. Kenny Pickett, whether it's too early to say or whether he's not good enough, whatever you think, we got to do better. Najee Harris hasn't had a line, it feels like, since you drafted him. It feels like the only thing that's really good about this team is the fact that the defense is going to go out there and make it tough for the opposing offense, but we're going to watch the Steelers struggle every single week in and week out. The fact that you even made the playoffs is crazy to me. So I just feel like, bro, George Pickens is young, feel me? He probably is the number one receiver, but he still has a lot to learn in a league to come in and be the number one receiver. And you got Deontay Johnson, who, let's be straight up, bro, he might be the number two on some other NFL teams, but like there's a lot of other NFL teams he might not really be on the field that much or just a part of the passing game so much. He's a really great route runner. There's just as far as a dependable number 1/1A/B receiver, it gets a little bit tough. You got Pat Fryermuth. That's it. Like that's quite literally it. That's the only thing about the offense that's truly promising. Even Najee Harris has been a little bit on the downtrend lately. So just that front office. I'm just saying, bro. I'm not trying to get on everybody and make it sound like the Steelers are just blow it up. But like, bro, that front office has to also answer the bell. Like everything goes to Mike Tomlin because he's the face of the brand. Like, and it sucks when you come from Hall of Fame quarterback, Hall of Fame caliber running back at the time, Le'Veon Bell, Hall of Fame caliber. I don't care what anybody says, wide receiver and Antonio Brown at the time. Coming off the years from Troy Polamalu and James Harrison's and just how great the Steelers normally are and how many Hall of Famers they've had over the generations is right now you're in a period where now you have to go find talent again. And it sucks because obviously the Steelers are so used to kind of being right in the draft and picking the right guys and kind of rolling with the punches and creating a tough team that just always gets the job done. But right now they just cannot do that. And this front office can't figure it out, bro. Like at some point, I know these people have been there for a minute in Pittsburgh, bro, but you got to make a change at the helm. Like, got to hold people accountable, but you can't let people lose games for this many years straight, not get to the championship. Like, another playoff win, cool. Or another playoff appearance, cool. We're not improving. We're plateauing. We're not getting up to that next upper echelon. This is the Steelers. We got the steel curtain. We got history here, bro. We're supposed to bring Lombardis back to Pittsburgh so we can rejoice. They got to get back to it out there, bro. If not, it is going to be what it is, bro. Chiefs, Bills, I'm lit for that. I cannot wait. Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen again. I don't know who I'm betting with this week yet, bro, but it's going to be lit. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the fireworks.
Man, switching over to the NFC, man. Switching over to the NFC. It was the Green Bay Packers taking out the Cowboys, the team who hadn't lost at home in almost, I don't know how long. Everybody will say Dak had the worst game of his life, but he threw it 60 times, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns,
Are you
but
serious?
2 interceptions. He got sacked 4 times. But it was
That's the end of a
Jordan.
Madden game where you're stat padding, bro. Like,
Wow. I
come
didn't
on, bro.
stat pad. You want to talk about stat padding? 16 for 21, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The
Wow.
kid, Jordan Love, was on fire. Aaron Jones, 21 carries, 118 yards. He scored all 3 of those touchdowns. Actually,
Uh,
no, it's a lie. He had his own 3 touchdowns. Jesus. All right. I didn't realize how many times Aaron Jones was in the end zone. Then Romeo Dobbs got one. Luke Musgrave got one. Latavion Wicks got one. I told you about Wicks before the game.
I'm sorry.
I was just like saying, like, these are that's the top receivers right there. CD Lamb, amazing season, man. 110 yards to finish it off. Michael Gallup, 103 yards. Jake Ferguson, 93 yards. Brandon Cooks, 47. No Parsons. I don't think Bland played. No Parsons. Oh, Bland did play. My bad, y'all.
Uh,
It was Quay Walker out there, 11 total tackles. Keyshawn Nixon, 11 totals. I'm actually surprised. I just keep reading off the stats because they played damn near perfect. Packers really went out there and just got it done. No one thought they could do it. A lot of people, whoever did think they could do it, really just didn't want the Cowboys to do it. But that's your favorite team. And LaFleur there was no way he was going to let Mike McCarthy come in here and think he was getting revenge for any fucking thing. And that's the last thing I'll say about it.
I am a Packers fan by heart. I've been a Bills fan lately by fantasy, just quarterback and who I want to win the Super Bowl these past few years after we lost Aaron Rodgers. I I really did not think we were going to get to this point, especially right after the Buccaneers loss. We lost to them by 14. Terrible game, offense, defense. We look so sloppy. I texted my homie Luciano, he's my only Packer homie that I got from Defiance. He basically was telling me, laying it all on the line. We need a new defense coordinator. We need a new offense coordinator. We need a new offensive line coach. He was saying we needed to gut it and get everybody get the hell out of there. Now it's kind of like, all right, let's see what we can do next week. The Cowboys were a great matchup for us. They were as dominant as the Cowboys can be. They also showed a lot of flashes this season where they can be an ugly football team if you put them in the right situations. And they played terrible against the Bills. They lost that game to the Cardinals early in the year. I think everybody just kind of overrated the Cowboys this whole season just because of how dominant they came out in that 40-0 game, 40-0 win against the Giants in Week 1. It just totally dominated them, and it's that kind of was in everybody's head. That was kind of the first primetime game of the season. So a lot of people didn't think going into the playoffs, especially against the Packers, a way less a more inferior opponent. I feel like nobody was really expecting Jordan Love to be ready for this moment. His first playoff game. Hadn't really been here at all. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers for a little bit, but obviously, but nobody expected him to come out here and just making audibles at the line, doing things that real deal 4 or 5 year vets are doing. And he sat in this league for a little bit. He's waited on his time, so he was obviously going to be ready for it. Aaron Jones stepped the hell up. Finally, it feels like this whole season has been up and down with bro. I'm proud of the Packers. I'll be 100 with y'all, bro. After that Buccaneers loss, I really was sitting there y'all know how it be when you mad at your favorite team. It's not like a mad, but it's just that annoying, pissed off feeling watching all these other teams do it right, and then you sitting there wondering why are we losing to Baker Mayfield, bro? With the playoffs on the line, we still got in. We got a chance. They made up for all the mistakes in the season. They got one playoff win. Obviously, everybody's sitting here saying Packers to the Super Bowl and this, that, and the third. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I'm
To the
a
bowl.
logical fan. I'm a logical fan, dog. I fell for. I'm not gonna lie, bro. A part of my heart is still sitting there broken from the fact that Aaron Rodgers didn't beat Tom Brady on that fateful night.
Oh my God.
we were right there. We were right there. And it feels good now to know that we don't got to wait so long. Like Jordan Love just showed flashes of future greatness. We know what we got. This defense is young. It's good. Like it's good to be a Packer right now. But it's like me personally, I'm still kind of stuck in that haze of how did we not get one with Aaron Rodgers at the end right there? Like, why are we in this position? Why are we losing games that we shouldn't be losing? And then we show that we're good enough to beat the Cowboys. So I was like, all right, let me chill out. Let me give my team. My team knows what they're doing. The front office knows what they're doing. We move on from Aaron Rodgers now. We can definitely do it. We don't got to sit here and reminisce on the days we had two Hall of Fame quarterbacks follow each other. Like we can let Jordan Love develop and get better and give him his chance. I'm just happy for that. So go Pack, go Lambeau. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one against the 49ers, dog. Like, because for everything that the Cowboys are, I feel like the 49ers are just, they do everything a little bit more pristine and they do everything a little bit faster. Like, their defense moves around a little bit quicker. Their linebackers are better and a little bit better in coverage, not necessarily too much better. They pass rush just a little bit more efficient. Nick Bosa and Chase Young obviously up there, but Greenlaw even causes havoc down there, linebacker. Like, they're good. They're really, really good, and I'm scared for my Packers. Right? I was scared for them last week going up against the Cowboys, but I kind of had a glimmer of hope. This week, I'm kind of sitting here like, ugh. If Brock Purdy comes out on fire, dog, and they're getting Christian McCaffrey open running lanes, this might be fucking ugly quick. So we'll see how they come out. Lambeau, oh God, bro, it might be Brock's week.
Lambo
um,
might be. Speaking of might be, it's the Lions and the Rams. The Lions just might be. First playoff game since 1990. Feels good to be back. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm not the biggest Lions fan. I do love it out there in Detroit. Laporta and them.
You're not a Lions fan.
What do I want to say about this game? I don't know where to start. Is it the Jared Goff revenge game or is it the Matthew Stafford revenge game?
It was both, bro.
Nah, bro.
Can it not be both?
Jared had way more to get back at. Because a lot of people will
No,
say Detroit
that's
gave up
not
on.
true. Cause no. Let's really break it down then, bro. Cause Matt really put on for that city for a while, and like
See?
they
But that
they
Matt
did
went
a
and got a
lot of.
whole Super Bowl.
That's what they said. Look, see that right there. Like a lot of them thought, Matt, you got your bowl. Like let us have our. Come in here and let us get it. It's kind of like, bro,
Yeah.
Matt was never gonna be with that. Like I knew Matt was gonna go in there and try to make it really work. Like, come on, bro, we can beat that. And he went down with a little halfway concussion halfway through the game. But come on, bro, that's Matt Stafford, bro. He had to get back at Detroit. They left him out to dry all them years. Come on, bro, this is my chance to stop their playoffs. Like he could have. Now I feel like it was an inside job. I really do. Man, that's whatever, bro.
You said it. You said it first, bro. He tried 367 yards, 2 touchdowns. The man threw it to Puka Nakua 9 times for 181 yards.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp only had 27 yards.
Sheesh.
Amrado doing what he does best. Seven receptions, 110 yards. Josh Reynolds was out there turning up. It wasn't that crazy of a running game from Detroit this week, but I think they might just be saving some of those run calls for this week. Rams, I don't even think y'all should have been there to begin with. They just tried to pull some Aaron Donald plays here, so let's throw him in the playoffs. Bullshit. And they wanted to show off Puka Nakua one more time. Like, bruh, great rookie, but definitely not the rookie of the year. I mean, I'm giving it to Laporta before I give it to Nakua. I'm sorry. Obviously, CJ's pretty much got it. No, I'm being for real, bruh. Nakua was doing his thing, but then when Cooper came back, it was blocked. Like, bro, Laporta was putting on all year, and then even he was letting Jameer do his thing too. Like, how many hat tricks did Nakua have? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Laporta might have had 2 of them things. But like I said, haven't been here since 1991. You know, we're trying to get this next dub against Baker and them so we can see the Packers. And for the 3rd time this season, go up against them and beat the fuck out of them this time.
Not this time, God. But look, this game, it ended weird. I'm not getting on either of the teams, but I hate. I've given the rant a few other times this season. I'm not going to go on the full rant, but just conservative football makes me upset because, especially when it does not work. Like, the Lions were down 17-24. They had a chance they marched all the way down the field, had a chance, obviously got to 4th down, realized, all right, we got to take this field goal. We're in field goal range. Let's just cut the lead down to 4 and punt the ball to them, and let's see if our defense can hold up. So they punted the ball to them. The defense held up. They get the ball back 20-24. They march all the way down the field with like a minute and 58 seconds left on the clock. They get to 4th down again in field goal range. And you have the chance right here to either go for it or take the field goal and put your defense back out there and hope they hold again so that you can set yourself up for obviously another game-winning field goal or game-winning touchdown drive, whichever may have been the case. But to me, I just feel like on that 4th down, man, the Rams should have let Matt Stafford try to find Puka Nacua, get the ball to one of your playmakers, try to get that next 1st down, keep that drive alive, maybe take some more time off the clock, punch it in the end zone. Like, just the conservative football play, just taking the field goal, 24-23. The Rams defense went back out there, had a chance. Jared Goff ended up getting a 1st down. I think it was on 3rd down. So they were really close. They had a chance to get the ball back and go out there and get their game-winning field goal. But they picked that 1st down up, and this is game over from there. It's like, now you got to sit there all season and reminisce on, man, what if coach had called this, or what if the coordinator had went with this one instead of this one? Like, I don't know. To me, conservative football, just when it comes back to bite you, that's always the most annoying football to me. It's kind of like, why? But outside of all that, man, longest playoff drought in playoff history. I'm sorry, not playoff history. Longest playoff drought standing before they won that game. Ended it. I believe I forget which team it is that now owns the playoff win drought. But the city of Detroit deserved it. There was the stands were packed. They got a home game. I tried to shit on the Lions all season and say that they weren't built for this. I'm swallowing my words. Y'all did it. Y'all got me. Jared Goff answered the bell. I'm not hating. I'm not mad. I like watching Jahmyr Gibbs and what y'all built. Like, I really do think it's actually crispy to see. Like, all right, Detroit being an important team in the NFC, knowing that the Packers just found Jordan Love's potential greatness and some flashes of what he can be, and then you also got Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne. What's the other homie's name? Jordan Addison.
Hawkinson?
TJ Hawkinson. The Vikings are sitting there with an offense of the gods waiting to come back next year and get busy. Like, the Bears are, who knows, they might be keeping Justin Fields. They might be getting Caleb Williams. Like, that might be one of the most interesting divisions next year in the NFL. So, it's dope to see both these teams right here. Packers and the Lions. I'm a Packers fan, so I like praying on the Lions' downfall. It was nice seeing them suck all them years. I'm not going to lie. It's dope seeing them win, and it's kind of sweet to see the city of Detroit. I'm not too far away from it. They up there lit every other Sunday, so I'm not hating on them, bro. Enjoy y'all little wins. But if y'all see the Pack,
Yeah.
y'all going to beat the Pack. You hear me?
Man.
If y'all see the Pack, y'all going to beat the Pack. And the Cowboys just found that out. The 49ers about to find it out, and I don't want y'all to have to do that. So y'all might as well just go ahead and lose this week. That's what I'll say.
These motors ain't stopping for no cheeseheads. Not this time. Man, oh man. Last game. Last but not least. Can't be least. It's the fake show. Taking on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. The Eagles, not only did Jalen Hurts go in there with a dislocated, broken finger, whatever you want to call it, It was also AJ Brown not being in there because of quote unquote injury. So, your guy's hurt. You don't got your best guy.
Mm.
Buccaneers go in there. It was literally from the jump, first drive, just Baker Mayfield looking pretty much unstoppable, doing damn near whatever he wanted, getting it to Cade Otton. I know it was this Trey Palmer guy had like a 56-yard reception that really broke open the game. Eagles, they ended up only scoring in the second quarter, and it was 3 field goals. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that. No, I lied. They scored a touchdown. They missed one. So Dallas Goedert ended up with 1 touchdown. It was a bad night overall. And it's kind of going in with these other games. Like everybody thought it was going to be the Cowboys winning. Everybody thought it was going to be even the Dolphins. Everybody thought the Dolphins had a shot. The Browns, but sometimes the underdog goes in there and they prove everybody wrong. I had Baker. I was sitting there. I had a lot of money, not a lot of money, but I had money going with a lot of the props that the Eagles players needed to put up. But I was sitting there. I'm like, no, there's no way Baker's just going to go in there and roll over, And the cause of that, you got Sirianni. He might be on a hot seat. Everybody's giving, what do you want to call it, apologies for Jalen Hurts. And then, we got Jason Kelsey retiring. AJ Brown didn't play in the last game. He's deleted all Eagles propaganda off his social media.
Mm.
This team was just in the Super Bowl last year. Now, 2 years later, we could be looking at a whole different roster, maybe a different coaching staff. And what? From 1 playoff loss and a Super Bowl loss?
Well, there's really been the Eagles started off 10-1. I'll get to Baker in a second because I owe him some props. The Eagles started off 10-1 this year. They literally looked like the best team. Like they looked like a lock for the NFC Championship. That last 6 weeks of the season was 1-5. Obviously, you kind of were hoping, okay, we're just in a dry spell right now in these last 6 weeks of the season, but in the playoffs, we're going to go back to elevation mode. And that it's hard to do that, especially in the NFL, Professional Football League. The skill gap is so damn low. I say it every other week. You can't take any team for granted, especially you don't want to go into those stretches of 2 to 3 weeks where you're just not playing great football, especially right before the playoffs. So it's a lot of rust. The Buccaneers got out to a little bit of a sizable lead. It was only 16-9 though for a long time. Like for a long time, the Eagles were right there, but every time it felt like they got it going, a holding penalty would happen or something. They'd get to 3rd and down. They'd be 3rd and short where they want to be. Didn't end up getting it. And at some point, I'm pretty sure it was 4th and goal. They went for it. And Sirianni decided to go for it with the tush push, and Vita Vea and the Buccaneers stuffed it like it was nothing. Like they were ready for it to hold. They were ready for what the Eagles were going to do. And the Eagles could not win this game in a different way than what they normally do, which surprised me because against the Bills, man, the Bills locked that shit up the whole first half, and the Eagles came out and out coached them the second half, like from top to bottom, start to finish in that second half. They spread the field out, said we're gonna put our receivers downfield and we're gonna tell Jalen Hurts to beat you with his legs if y'all don't make the right decision. And there was so many times where Jalen Hurts just kind of was able to make the decisions downfield or keep the ball in his hands and just run for 6-7 yards and scamper. They never got to that point in this game. Tough. I'm not necessarily hating. I don't like watching the Eagles' success. Y'all know I'm not necessarily the biggest Eagles fan. I'm a hater. I'm a Philadelphia hater. I like the Sixers, but I don't really like the Eagles like that, bro. I'm not really rocking with them. So the Buccaneers, what a fucking game. Totally, it's crazy because the two teams had like almost inverse seasons. The Buccaneers started off this season terribly. They ended the season 5-1. Everybody was sitting there wondering, man, we were sitting here talking about, man, the Falcons can win the division, the Saints can win the division. Like, we don't know who's going to go to. Boom. Baker ends up going 5-1, closes out the season, gets this matchup against the struggling Eagles team, and he takes advantage of it. Ken, I would have never. If you would have told me the dude who was throwing balls in Cleveland 2 years ago was going to be beating the best team in the NFC that everybody had going to the Super Bowl 3 years later, I would have called you crazy. I would have laughed in your face. And
hey, man,
when you give somebody some time to develop, learn a system, get with the. This is the first time Baker's really been with an actual organization that has a great coach. I mean, he went to Carolina. They don't got nothing in Carolina. They ain't good. They're blowing Bryce Young right now. They blew quarterbacks before Baker. The Buccaneers are set. They got a good defense. They got some good receivers. This is the first time Baker hasn't been in a pressure situation where you're the number one pick and you need to save the franchise and you need to keep Odell happy. Like, Baker finally got a chance to settle in, and he got a playoff win. We're right here. We might be sitting here talking about Baker in the NFC Championship game going up against one of these other two teams, but that I don't know if I'm ready for that one. I can do this. I can do the Baker just won a playoff game. All right. Baker just won a playoff. I don't know if I can do the Baker is back in the AFC Championship game, bro. I'm going to really be sick to my stomach.
Baker might get the bowl. Y'all don't want to see that?
I don't, bro. I don't.
And I'll have to really say I told you so. And we should have. Look, hope Baker gets to see Odell and they battle off, fight on the sideline.
Oh my God, I forgot. I'm about to go bet that tonight, bro. I forgot all about that script, man. Oh, you're so funny. But I do got some questions for you, bro. Since the season wrapped up, we had another great season. We right here in the playoffs. We're gonna be crowning the champion soon. At some point, all these teams got to lose. These games got to get played. Blase, blase. So, bro, just a couple questions for you back to back to back. You can give long-winded answers. You can give them quick, however you want to give them. The first one, though. What was your biggest fantasy lesson this year? Walking away from your fantasy season, like, what was the lesson that you going into next year? Like, I'm not going to let this happen again.
And just play your backups. You got them. Play them. And don't ever look, y'all. I promise you, picking up the star quarterback will bring you more troubles than not. Just get the late round guy. Tua Tagovailoa didn't even get drafted in our fucking thing. Motherfuckers were picking him up after a week. Like, bro, don't even draft a quarterback. Like, you might be fucking good, bro. And so that is my biggest lesson. Is just start your bench players and don't go for the high power quarterback. You don't need him.
All right.
You don't need the star.
Those are two great lessons to remember. All right. For the NFL this season, what was to you that you feel like looking back on all the games that you actually watched live? Like, what was the most memorable moment? Like, whether it was a crazy touchdown, a crazy interception, a hard ass hit. What was the most memorable moment of this season? A coach on the sideline, crazy.
Oh, okay. No, that's easy. I was sitting there like, I don't even have a moment. I just be watching every game, bro. Shit. It's all a blur. Nah, bro.
Chill out.
The Christian McCaffrey masterclass, 5 touchdowns, hit on 3 of them things. That was by far. That was by far the best thing I think I can say I witnessed this season was just that man just turning all the way up. I'm trying to think of something that would be like close second. I didn't even get to watch the Ray McLeod game live, like, bro, like, and oh man, no, because I did make some good money when the Seahawks or when was it? Oh yeah, the Titans had beat the Dolphins. That was some good cheese. That was just a good little something nice to watch. But it would probably definitely be that. I know there was a few other master classes watched, like the A-Chain master class. Pretty sure the blowout with the Broncos and the Dolphins. You feel me? That was a cool one to watch. trying to think. Oh, I just got a fucking Charlie horse over here.
No, bro.
No,
Okay, 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 okay.
that was
Christian
probably the best one.
McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey? Damn, no, bro. Because you really did before that game. I feel like Christian could get to 3 touchdowns. Should I bet it? I straight up told you, hell no, don't bet that, bro. He's not getting no
Bro,
3.
because you
Ain't no
every
way.
single time it's something you never. You'd be like, bro, it was the same thing. I said, Jamar Chase is gonna have the fucking hat trick next time. And literally the next day, I was sitting there, I'm like, damn, like, bro, like, you think no one's gonna have 3 touchdowns, and then Chris McCaffrey will do it, then Jamar Chase will do it, and then George Kittle will go do it on 3 receptions. Like,
That's,
that was
bro.
okay because I didn't get to watch that one, but that was still crazy as fuck to even hear about or watch the highlights of. Like,
The thing is, bro, you during the Christian McCaffrey one after the 3rd touchdown, you were literally sitting there still on some gambling hotline shit. Like, bro, I bet he does it again. No, he won't, bro. You can bet your house on it that he won't score no more fucking touchdowns. He got 2 more. Like, bro, that was a ridiculous moment. You did pick a good moment. I'm gonna get that. Now look, all right, gotta flip to the college side. No, I gotta ask my sport. Biggest college moment you remember? Like, what was the moment you watched with your own eyes? Like, man, this shit is crazy. Like, this can't be happening. Big game, small game, Power 5, Group of 5, whatever you seen, bro. What was
oh, Perry Carter. No, I'm just playing.
it? They're not gonna know that one, Richard Lowe.
Uh, Craziest thing. Texas beating Alabama.
Caleb
There was a
Williams
middle,
downfall.
huh?
The Caleb Williams downfall.
Eh, we all knew that was just. I mean, he's on the cover of a video game, bro. Come on, like the kid already won his Heisman. He doesn't need. He drives around Lightning McQueen in this bitch. Like, bro,
uh,
he's good. Like, he's got the red Corvette. I think, mate. Like, I'm not gonna say the craziest thing is Michael Penix Jr. actually panning out, but like,
uh, uh,
because it was always just a joke.
uh.
It was just no one ever really, bro. The way, because I'm sorry, but to this day, the way he reached out in that Indiana jersey for the game-winning touchdown, bro, like I just knew he
That
had
was not a
something.
touchdown. That was not a
And then that's what I'm
touchdown.
saying. We argued about that for like, or debated about that shit for like, bro. And the whole time, man, he stood true and came out on top. Um, Bo Nick, like I think I like maybe it's just that I'll just say it, but I'll put it like that. A lot transfer quarterbacks. This was like if there was ever a chapter like when they go through like this was the chapter. This year's chapter was like listed the transfer quarterback versus the cheaters. Oh God, like bro, and
Good.
like you get to see Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, and fucking Penix Jr. become titans in the game of fucking
Uh,
college football when no one ever thought they'd be anything.
uh, that's
And
crazy.
then obviously, it's always dope seeing Marv Harrison Jr., Maserati Marv, the boy, the myth himself. I think craziest thing is how bad Florida State is without Jordan Travis.
Uh, wow.
And it's how good I really thought that team was with him. And I really think the whole country, even the AP thought they were a national championship team. And we might be looking at Michigan versus Florida State. And damn it, shit. Trey Benson, Keon Coleman, all them motherfuckers, they might have won that bitch. Damn it. Like that was the first because that was the first game I watched this season was a Florida State game. Because I
No,
used to
bro.
bet with them earlier, like, bro.
They should have lost to Clemson. I'll stand by it for the rest of this goddamn year, bro. Clemson should have won that goddamn
No,
game. And
no,
ever since
fuck
I watched that
that.
game, I felt like Florida State was fraudulent. I was so pissed off. But no, you're right, bro. That probably was. I wouldn't say that's my craziest moment of the college football season, but that was pretty
the
wild to
Louisville,
see.
the Louisville, Texas game that they rigged for Texas.
Please stop.
I
Look, bro,
mean,
look. Last one, bro. Look. College or NFL, it's up to you. I don't want to make you pick between either or both of them because it's kind of hard to find it. I feel like. But what was your most angry moment? Like, fuck this. Hell no. I'm not watching football for another week and a half. Like, this shit just pissed me. Like, what was the moment this year that had you sitting there just, whether it was the sad mad, the disappointed mad, the irate fuck these niggas mad? Like, what was the moment this year that just had you like, man, nah, bro, I gotta take a little bit of a break, bro? What was that moment for you this year?
It that one's more of a tough question because the first thing that comes to mind is obviously when the Bills went into fucking MetLife on a what was it, Monday, or that was Sunday Night Football and fucking just blew it all up. And like
What an
I've
introduction to
never
sports, bro.
I've never screamed it's rigged so hard in my life. Like it's rigged. Wow. Nah, that one was a bad one, bro.
Mm.
College wise, obviously, it sucks losing as Ohio State. I'm more mad at the Bama Jalen Milroe shit, but
That shit was angry. That shit was angry invoking. It's fuck. I'm not gonna cap. I was mad.
um, that one's more of a tough question because like you get mad week to week, but like those are the memorable moments right there. Then like obviously the
Mm.
Perry Carter shit. Then you got just Mahomes and my auto. Like,
Mm.
was it when they lost to the Broncos where I was really just super, just like, wow,
You were
you
pissed
two
at him for
are
like them last like 4 or 5 weeks of the year. You were just, ugh, that could not make you happy.
just so bad. That was another time. That was just another moment where I was just super duper heated. The Colts literally couldn't even get it done against the fucking Texans to make the playoffs. This fucking division shit, bro. It's just like, wow.
He was sick.
I don't. I mean, Aaron Rodgers went down the first play of the season.
Chill out, bro.
Nah, bro. Cause 17 weeks, the niggas act like he didn't play or something. He put on that uniform, bro.
He tried it out with the flag. Oh,
Get
God.
out of here.
But look, I'll be quick. I'll go backwards. Damn, my most angry moment this season, like truly angry, definitely, bro. That I cannot believe the Bills lost that overtime game to the Eagles, and like it had fantasy implications. Probably literally the reason I did not make the fantasy playoffs that night. On top of it, but just the fact that the Bills, they had a tough season. They won the goddamn game. It felt like, bro, they got all the way down to the last play in overtime. Gabe Davis went to the left. Josh Allen threw it to the right. He was wide open in the end zone. They just did not. They weren't on the same page. Gave the Eagles the ball back. The Eagles came back and won in overtime. So the Bills still have now never won an overtime game with Sean McDermott as head coach. I'm sorry, or Josh Allen at quarterback. That was probably my most angry moment. Like sitting there looking at the TV, like, dog, why can't these motherfuckers figure it the fuck out, bro? And why is it every week that it feels like they Tyler Bass missed 2 field goals. The second one was genuinely, I knew. Deep down, I knew. Like, bro, these niggas suck. I was so mad. My biggest college moment of the season, that one's a little bit tougher. I got to go a little bit more local because, man, I thank the Lord Almighty above in the high, mighty skies that I can drive down the I-75 once again, Kent. UT
Wow.
came back against BG in the rivalry game. I was ecstatic. I did not think that was gonna happen. We went down like 21-zip, came back, won the damn game. It was in
Rigged.
BG. Ugh, that was probably my favorite. Obviously, Ohio State didn't finish the season how I wanted them to, so that stings. That's probably my most angry college moment. But we gonna leave past that. BG, UT, we got it back. You already know what it is, man. We gonna hold it for a little bit now. We had to get it back in blood one time. My most memorable moment from the NFL, sheesh. Sheesh. This one's a tough one. I don't know why. Because you brought up a lot of good moments, man. I'm trying to go back to mine that I was truly sitting there just amazed. I could say CJ, but that's just so easy. Like I basically kept y'all updated as that happened week by week, how I felt about it. No. When Kirk Cousins masterclass the week before he tore his ACL, dog. That and I it fucked me over, and because I bet against it. Like I'm pretty sure I bet his under. I bet the Vikings to lose, and it was against the Niners. Yeah, that started the Niners 3-game losing streak in the middle of the season. Yes, bro. Kirk Cousins looked like God. I've never seen Kirk Cousins play again like that in my life. I literally told you after the game I'd never seen Kirk Cousins do that, bro. What the fuck was he on? And you told me I don't know why you would bet against him, bro. He's known to do shit like that in the worst of moments. I was just sitting there salty, like, damn, bro, he literally is Kirk. Like, that bitch is gonna have a great game every now and again. To see it actually happen in front of me while I bet against it, I was sitting there weak. That was probably my most memorable moment of the season. Like, bro, Kirk, bro, what the fuck? My biggest fantasy lesson, I don't want to steal yours, bro, but it probably is my same exact lesson, but play your backups. And don't draft a whole bunch of motherfuckers that you believe in to not believe in them when it's time to believe in them. That's like, I do it to my damn self, bro. I'm right there. I got the team. I'm sitting there like, but I'm just scared to put those backups in, and it comes back to bite me in the worst of ways. So, bro, I just wanted to ask you them before I was sitting here like, how do I wrap up the little halfway season, halfway playoff mark that we at? How do I ask Ken about his little feelings on the season and how everything going and shit, bro? So that's why I wanted to ask you them 4 questions, get them off the way. God.
No doubt, man. Shout out to shit. Biggest hitters. Obviously, you got the Drake May, Amari and Hampton, Tez Walker team making your boy upwards to 500. We got KJ Osborne, TJ Hawkinson in them up above that. But you know who took the cake this year? Some honorable mentions before we give out, the big hitter. Honorable mentions, Ohio State, Cade Stover, Marv Harrison. You called out his touchdown the 1 week. They made your boy some money. Shout out to the Oregon Ducks, man. They were putting on for the team. Who else? Florida State for that little second. Washington, they came through a few times. Never made money off the hood. Colorado.
I forgot. I got him that last win. I forgot.
Never made money off the hood. That was obviously probably one of the other biggest things of college football this year was just how Deion was able to occupy the first real month, and then I would say 6 weeks trickled down real first month of the season.
That first month felt like real college football because of him, bro.
So I definitely, but drum roll, y'all already know, man. The team that made me the most money. One more drum roll. It was Brock Purdy and the 49ers, y'all.
It wasn't North Carolina and Amarion?
Oh. Brock Purdy, Ray McLeod, George Kittle, Jawan Jennings, the whole gang. They made your boy a little bit more money than Tez and them did. So, not going to give out official numbers. But, hey, shout out to them, man. Had to give out my betting hitters this year. I don't know who y'all been betting with this year, but those was my guys. Who were your hitters?
My hitters? Man, I feel like I could say more losers than anything, bro. But my hitters this season, I got to give it to my dog, Josh Allen. I bet with him damn near most of the year. Obviously, I went positive on my Josh bets. He's probably the reason I stayed afloat in the NFL. CJ was somebody to bet with, obviously. But man, oh man, I can't get over how easy of a bet. I don't even want to say how easy of a bet it was, because it wasn't an easy bet to find, because it was scary to place it, because I never knew if he was not going to hit it. But man, Marvin Harrison fucking Jr. was good for 100 and a touchdown for 8 weeks straight, dog. And every week I was just putting him at the little 60, bro. And sometimes I throw the touchdown in there, like 60 in the tud, 60 in the tud. I told you the 1 week, like you said it, bro, 60 in the tud for Marv. He made me so much money, and even outside, I tried like the parlays that I didn't hit with him, where it would just be one leg miss. Like he would go off crazy I bet him for 100 yards in a parlay trying to be bold, and he'd still get it for me. Like the one night, I think I only did his numbers, and I did him over in yards, and I did a touchdown. Or I think I did 2 touchdowns, and he got 2 touchdowns, but they called one back, so it didn't end up counting for me. But like literally got the 2 touchdowns, like. Just the whole season, bro, I could not miss with Marvin Harrison, bro. I knew how they wanted to get him the ball every night. I knew he was kind of the red zone touchdown target. Like, no DB in college could really fuck with him at high pointing the ball. That's the only player I felt like was simple this season. Like, even Josh Allen and C.J. Stroud, like they went through spells where there were weeks where they 200, 250, 250, 300 yards, and then next thing you know, boom, 102, 155, 106, like not even propping. It's just like, damn. Like, it's just I hate when it gets that inconsistent because I don't know whether to put you at your under, put you at your over, or put you at 225 plus. Like, I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Having a guy like Marvin Harrison every week, every Saturday, knowing when I woke up in the morning, oh, what time is it? Let me put in that Marvin Harrison bet real quick. Like that feels good, type shit. So that was definitely my big hitter of the year. My biggest loser of the year, throwing the ball to Marvin Harrison, dog. It was Kyle McCord. I hate to do that to my guy. Like, good luck to you. Have fun wherever you go. I think Syracuse. Good luck to you in the ACC, kid. But you lost me so much fucking money that I can't even. Man, I can't get over it. Because it would be Marvin Harrison for the touchdown and the 60 yards, and then it would be Kyle McCord to get to 250, and he'd get to 225. And then all right, bet Kyle McCord to get to 225 this week. You'd only get 230. Or you only get 215. Bet on Kyle McCord to go under. This bitch would finally have his 300-yard game. Like, it's by far my biggest miss of the season was Kyle McCord. It's nothing against him. I'm not trying to shit on him, but I just could not find his stats and could not find his numbers. I should have went with his under a lot more than I did. So I got burned on that part. That's what that is for me, bro.
Tough, man. Kyle. Hopefully you do something good next year, man. But that's all we got for you, y'all.
Wait. Your masterclass is at a week?
I got to give it to Baker.
That's not. Come on, bro. You don't have
Baker. The Bake Show. And it's only because, bro, everybody, I mean, you could give it to CJ, you could give it to Jordan Love. They had the same exact stats, though. Baker really went out there and did it to them boys. They didn't get the, man. Feel me? Doing it to the Cowboys did it to themselves. Doing it to the Browns did it to themselves. But doing it to the Eagles, Baker did that straight up.
Look, y'all. I don't have a masterclass for y'all this week. Y'all know what that means. I got a disaster class. Whoa. Guess who it was this week, y'all? Started off so great. They picked him up halfway through the season. Divisional rival quarterback. We thought he was going to come into the playoffs and keep the roll going, but Joe Flacco. 2 pick sixes against the Texans defense. He got sacked about 3 times. He could not get it found on any possession, it felt like, until it was too late. And I'm sorry to do it to you, Joe. You could have went out, rode off into the sunset, and been remembered as that one guy who played quarterback for the Ravens when Ray Lewis coached him. But you decided to come back and have a disaster class. And now this will forever be your legacy, bro. So with that, Kenny, you can go ahead and close out your show, bro.
Man, no more Flacco. Hopefully the music works, man. We about to, damn. Music not working, y'all. You know what that means? We've played too many sound effects earlier. Can't even march it out. It's over. Thank y'all for tuning in. We back, though. Month hiatus is over. It's time to really get rolling. Basketball content coming soon. Don't worry.
Jokic gonna repeat?
No.
Come on, coach. Deuces, kid.
Peace.